Donations, please.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is this up for some agenda? I don't know the agenda. So.
Yeah.
Okay, guess we should have public comment first.
Yeah. Matt's gotta go.
I'm sorry?
Matt's got a time,
Oh, I just have to leave by 4:30.
so let's just.
Okay, let's do that. Then let's do the millage renewal talk first. So the two,
So what you're looking at is the resolution that the board has to pass, and then the election notice with.
and this is for the millage renewal for the public road construction repair and maintenance,
Correct.
which is going to expire.
It expired in 2025. It expired in December of 2025. So we put it on the ballot in 2026 for a renewal.
Okay.
And this is for 4 years, 2026 through 2029 inclusive, which means the next time it would come up for a renewal would be in the election year 2030.
Okay, midterms, I got it. Okay, so it gets us back on the, okay,
Correct.
schedule, so you don't have to pay for a special election.
Correct.
Okay,
So there's one typo.
where'd you see that?
What's important, it needs to say 4 instead of 5. You changed the number, but not the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, I will fix that. You guys don't sign this. So we will fix that. Ooh, some music in here too then. Okay. And this does require a record roll call vote once it is
Correct,
moved and supported.
we should have the resolution first, so for that.
You don't have to vote on this. I just wanted you to see that the verbiage, this is what goes in the newspaper eventually.
Okay. So what's thoughts?
I got a few, I guess, observations. One is without this millage, we can't leverage the county dollars from the county road commission.
Correct.
And so no projects really will get done. And because we've had this millage for just the 3rd time we renewed it.
34.
Yeah, anyway, the township has the best paved roads in the county of any of the townships. And that's because we have this millage. And we leverage that with the county and work through projects and what have you. You know, granted, we're only kind of a half township because we're cut off, but it's an excellent return on our investment because we leverage the county dollars. So that's my first observation. Second observation is, I like the language in here because this is one of the only renewals that I've seen that actually talks about it being renewed, but it's also increased back up to the original one. Most of the millages that you see on the ballot don't say that. What that means is the original mill that the township voters voted in 5 years ago has been rolled back through a mechanism called a Headley rollback, which is nothing that the township has any control over. So that millage rate gets rolled back if the rate of growth in the township exceeds inflation. So when most places renew their millages, they just say, we're gonna renew it. And so if they were at a mill and now they're at 0.95, they don't say they're increasing it back up to 1, they just say it's gonna be renewed. And that's true, but it also reset. So this language makes it clear to the electors that it's gonna be reset back to that 1 mil. So I like that, and I think Tom Greer added that, didn't he, Jennifer? Added that language that's not normally in there.
Okay.
And the last thing though, is it's interesting, I think this is how this works. If this gets approved at the August primary, I believe, could be wrong, we'd have to check with Tom, that could, maybe it's May, actually, I don't think it will be. If you approve this millage early, it is subject to the Headley rollback. Not, this one won't be, but generally it's subject to the Headley rollback when it's first levied. So even though the voters vote for, like, if they approve it, vote for one, it could be rolled back. I think because we're doing this in the same year that it's being levied, that won't be the case. But if this had been renewed, say, the last election in 2025, then that'd be subject to the
Correct.
rollback. So, that's good because you don't lose that little bit of revenue to help with the road. So I'm in favor of putting that on the ballot and letting the voters decide. I think it's been really good for the township and its infrastructure.
And to follow up on what Ed said, so we participated in the road, 100% of this gets spent on roads or gravel or improvement of roads. None of it is used anywhere else on anything in the township. It's mainly at a 50-50 basis with the road commission, so we'll pay 50%, they pay 50%. Sometimes they pay 70%, we only have to cover 30%. And you might say, well, they should fix the roads. They don't have enough money to fix the roads in the county. So, and especially gonna be hurting this year with all the bridges that are out. The state hasn't allocated any extra money as of yet to fix any of these things. And we've got major projects going on. You might as well know about, we're chip sealing 95% of the roads in the township this year with them. And our bill is like $329,000 is our share. The money's going directly, which should make the roads last an extra 7 to 10 years, what they figured. So, and if you do drive around to different townships, you will find, the road commission will even tell you, these are the best roads in the county, but we're one of the few that has the millage that.
Well, when they came and gave a presentation to us, whatever, quite a while ago in the winter, they told us flat out that we are like the shining star of roads for the county, so. It'd be nice to keep it that way.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole thing. The technique that they're gonna be putting on the roads, this early summer hopefully is a preventive maintenance technique. It seals out, the cracks and keeps the water out, because cracked asphalt with water getting in with a freeze-thaw cycle is what destroys our roads. And so you have to do that, and that's what, keeps these roads looking good, and it's way more cost effective than if they have to reconstruct a road and totally resurface it. So, this is definitely the biggest bang.
We had a bid for, how much was 11 mile was?
Over $1 million.
Over $1 million for about a mile of road. So if you're wondering what it costs to have a road paved anymore, that's terrible, but that's about what it is. So if we can keep ahead of it, I think it's good for everyone here. So, what do you want to do on this? What's the board's wishes?
So I need to have a motion, second discussion, and a record roll call vote.
Okay,
I make a motion that we approve resolution, number 2026 dash,
I have to verify that.
to be verified by the clerk, resolution to adopt millet ballot language for renewing and, increasing to 1 mil for road purposes. And it would be for a 4-year period starting in 2026 through 2029.
Inclusive.
I would second that motion.
okay. Any other discussion?
And the only other thing is this would go on the August ballot, right, Jennifer?
Correct.
So if for some reason there was a hiccup or it didn't pass, and, you know, you could put it on another ballot in November. If that was the
November,
case, but
yeah.
this is generally passed pretty handily, I think, in the
Yes.
township.
And the reason we haven't, and people want to know, a special meeting, this had a time frame that hasn't been.
Correct. I have to turn in this ballot language to the county clerk by the 12th of May, which is a week before a regular meeting.
And that's why we're having, that's one of the reasons we're having a special meeting today, was we would have run out of time by a regular meeting. Okay, roll call. Matt,
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes,
Ed,
Yes,
and David, yes, and Cindy's absent.
correct.
Okay. Now I guess we can do public comment, or go ahead. Everyone's here for, not the road mills, I can't imagine. Well, I could say this one, it might eliminate a lot of public comment. So the talk today was, you know, I'm having issues obviously with the site over there from being keeping clean and stuff blowing all over, and I'm tired of seeing it on Facebook. I get it. I don't know what to do. I talked to Carla. She went to the Green Tea meeting yesterday, right?
Yeah,
There is a monitor supposedly that's over here a couple times a week. We don't know I don't know what days. Do you have an idea what days supposedly they're here?
Usually they're, like Mondays and Wednesdays, and then sometimes on the weekend they'll come through. In the summer, they come 3 times a week.
And we don't, and you don't know what day it's being dumped, and then there's wind there, and Carla had a good idea to me, when I talked to her, was find out when they're dumping the truck and have, then one of us or somebody can be there and see what actually happens.
They're gonna, Monday, the truck driver is supposed to get a hold of me a half hour before the bins are dumped. So I will let you know if you wanna come as well.
So either one of us or a monitor guy person.
But we need to have the monitor there the same day somehow, if there is stuff, I mean. Do that, we have to come up with a different solution. We talked about putting a snow fence up, which I could still do, but they're still gonna leave the openings where the drive lanes are.
So what happened to the whole thing, moving it over to the road commission?
Well, the road commission was going to, do the dirt work for us. There's a big hill there and a bunch of dirt needs to be moved. Long story short, we had 6 inches of rain. I don't know if they're gonna even have time. I couldn't talk, Keith was not there yesterday. I can't talk to him until Monday. They may or may not be able to even do the work at some point.
I mean, have you seen all the garbage that's now going into their yard?
I would actually, can I please?
Well, yeah, we know that. I'm trying to resolve that.
Oh, no, I know, but there's more information, I believe, that like you guys are just unaware of, you know what I mean? It's really, it's not happening necessarily just when the trucks are dumping their garbage. It blows out of the bins when nobody's even there. We have this on video, like lots of video footage, and I would really love to invite you guys back to our house, all of you back to our house after the meeting. Just come take like 30 steps out of your car in front of our house and just come look. There's piles of it. A lot of it's not even recyclable. We get so much styrofoam and such. You can have somebody at the site all you want while they're dumping, but that doesn't help for all the in-betweens, you know what I mean? Like, it's actually a little bit more serious. And I think like a fence is a great idea. You know, and I know that there's like even temporary chain link fencing that they use for like, I don't know, concerts and different events. That could be a solution. Personally, if it was me, I would kind of set it up like they do like a baseball field where you can have it like, there's just like these small enterings that you would just make. It's a pretty simple like engineering or whatever that we could do to have a taller fence, and it is affordable. We don't really have a problem with the bins being there per se. We really don't. We appreciate the recycling. Our biggest issue is it's Shimkey Creek. I mean, there's probably what we don't collect, what we can't chase after, at least 1 to 2 contractor grade bags full of trash that get into the creek. That's our biggest concern. It's the watershed, it's our water systems, it's Portage Lake, it's having, North American river otters play with styrofoam chunks in our backyard. It's getting into the water systems. It's an environmental catastrophe. Like, I really would like you guys to just pop in just for 1 minute.
Yeah, cause a lot of it gets caught going down into the creek, so there's all kinds of garbage that's just all sitting right
Yeah,
there.
there's just more awareness, I think, that we would like to create on the topic that's just a little bit more than what you guys even, I think, understand.
So is it garbage or is it recyclable?
Oh, it's all of it, because, unfortunately, it's not a perfect world. Not everybody like throws like there's rules about what you're supposed to recycle and what you're not supposed to. We get everything. We get all of it. We get just like I said, even styrofoam. There's giant vinyl sheets. There's just things that aren't cups and plates and dishes, and there's definitely garbage in it. But regardless of it being recycling that's in the bins, once it's in your backyard and in the creek, it's now considered trash, in my opinion. If it's in the bin, it's recycling, but when it's no longer in the bin, it's trash, it's garbage.
Lacey found 16 foot by 6 foot tall
Oh,
fencing panels that have a T on the bottom. You
Oh,
can put
yeah.
sandbags on to hold them in place or anchor them down.
like a bigger
For $149 a piece
fencing.
for a 16 foot length.
Well, we would like to help be a
Um,
part of this solution. We don't need it moved.
Yeah, but I'd like it moved.
We need the recycling center too.
And I guess part of.
We appreciate it.
You may or may not know, so the township doesn't own that. And that's county property, and that's kind of been an issue too, because the county is kind of looking at that as a temporary spot. The county does not want it there. So that's why we've been actively looking for a different site, one of which is the road commission, and the other spot potentially that it used to work really good, that's the fairgrounds. Because that's all contained. However, about a little over a year ago, I spoke to the green team at their meeting a little over a year ago in Manistee. And there was a county commissioner there that made it very clear that as long as she was on the fair board and part of the green team, that we would not have her bins there. So I don't know why that is, but
Maybe she would like those bins in front of her yard.
well, maybe, you're right. So
Your commissioner.
But where it's at the
Yeah.
county fairground or at the road commission, is that not all still county owned property?
Road commission is.
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, so the road commission is different, yeah, it's the owner stuff. That's a county road commission, and they have more say in what they can allow and not allow, so we were able to work with them, but, so the fairgrounds, if you go in there, you can see it's totally fenced, and part of the issue, I believe, was the recycling trailer, which was
Created a problem.
that was probably 3/4 of the issue. It's, believe it or not, the amount of stuff has been reduced drastically after the trailer was. It may not seem like it, but it is, and because the trailer was a self-serve giant, like a semi-trailer, that people would just, man, you could put a lot of stuff in a semi-trailer, and they did. And it wasn't really, it was I believe it was like unmanned and free hours. Like you could go at 1 a.m. and put something in there. And a lot of the trailers that exist, or the very few that do exist like that, are, let's say Saturday between 1 and 5, you can go do it. That was an unrestricted time frame, so people would come with a trailer full of cardboard, maybe from Tyler Township, and unload it, which is fine, whatever, but if you come with your stuff and the trailer's out there because it's being empty, most of the time people unloaded it by the steps, especially in the winter, then the plow guy would come. And then they'd have to plow the snow out of the way, which was where all the paper was, and it would get smashed in there, and it was a mess, so that's gone. The bins are much more contained and better, but, again,
I didn't realize stuff was blowing out.
The-
I thought mostly it was due to the dumping, so.
Yeah.
you're telling me.
Wow.
We have talked,
Yeah.
I would like to just share with you that,
Yeah, I'd love to hear it.
personally, I have used my ice scraper for my truck on 2 occasions in the last 4 months to flip the bin lids back over.
Hope the wind blows.
Because the wind has been opening them. And in order to reduce these poor people's yard debris, and as a Parks and Rec committee member, the water is being contaminated with trash. And we are spending a lot of time and effort in the parks to keep things. We have one back there. So I think that we have to be real mindful, and I flip the lids back
Is there a
over.
thing that locks them down?
No,
No.
there's not, and it was quite an effort.
No, because they flip them when
On
they don't.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
And they both, and once you get cardboard wet, it's no longer recyclable.
Yeah.
So if
That's
we're,
not true.
well. Okay, thank you for correcting part of this. But the bigger issue is I'm spending 30 minutes of my personal time walking around picking up garbage. And and twice in 6 months, I'm flipping lids over, and I'm
Only
just a
we have
volunteer.
recycling.
So we've gotta do something.
I know, my
15
numbers
years.
go,
20?
it's been since it's started, and I believe that was in like 06 or
I think
07.
it's 20 years.
And
So just so you know, I've been hauling garbage out of the dumpster or recycled trailers for 20 years and putting it in my dumpster. So to me, you have a solution, I'm all ears. Anybody, what is it?
I would like to make a public comment.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Sherry Miller. I live on Crescent Beach Road. I'm also a member of the Parks and Rec volunteer. Environmentally, that's bad. mess, see it all the time. Been up here 5 years, see it, you can see it as you drive by. It's our responsibility to do something about this. So we can talk about all the good things we've all done and how many times we've got to pick the stuff up. It's not gonna move us forward. What is gonna move us forward, and in my opinion, strong opinion that I have, it needs to move. So it needs to move to the Manistee County grounds. If they don't have it as a priority, then us citizens need to do petitions and let them know it is our priority. How do we make that happen?
So they're doing that earthwork as a, kind of as a favor to the township?
And the earth and our valley.
Yeah, let me finish though. So, I mean, potentially the township could spend taxpayer dollars to do that if the road commission can't get to it. But it's trying to be a collaborative thing and potentially set it up for a future county-wide site that's a little bigger thing that the county has tried to get grants for in the past. But Carl, I have a question. If our monitor is there 3 times a week, which I don't know if they are or aren't, if they see the bins are 75% full, they need to empty them. Cause there's been several times when the bins were overflowing and people can't do it, and that's the problem. It gets so high, then the
So
wind
right,
goes through.
so right now, and I would say, you know, people somewhat need to be responsible for themselves. If the bin is getting full, it takes 2 seconds to latch that little door. They do it in Maple Grove Township, they do it in Brown Township, they do it in Cleon Township, they do it over at Bear Lake. It takes a minute to latch that little door if it's getting full. That's it. So some of it you need to take responsibility, you know, for, you know, you're using the bin. If you see that it's full, don't try to stuff more things in it, shut it down. And another, you know, this isn't just about Onekama Township. If Onekama Township pulls out, people are gonna go to Bear Lake, Brown, Arcadia, Maple Grove. They're gonna go to other townships. And that will deeply affect their sites as well. You know, and that's something you gotta consider a little bit too.
The last time that those bins were full though, like just not even a week ago, there was 2 monitors that came out to try to close them and secure them. And then the doors were jammed on them. They had to get a hammer and try to like unjam them, and they were out there for at least 45 minutes. And they work with those all the time. I mean, they were stuck and they had an issue with it. So trying to get them closed, they were hammering it, trying to get those little doors closed on the sides.
I get her down first, okay.
Thanks. Leah Horace, village person. Wondering, comment and question. Comment is, if what needs to happen is a fence and the barrier is that you can't put a fence up because it's not the village. Like, who do we get permission from and start a GoFundMe page so people can pay for the fencing? Like,
I didn't say they wouldn't let us. You got 2 different issues going on and 2 different conversations.
But we don't own it.
No, we don't own it. Nor does the village, nor does the township. That property where it's at right now is county owned.
Okay.
Okay, different than the road commission property. So you're trying to intertwine all these. Who do you want to go petition? The road, not you.
Okay.
I'm talking about her comment.
Yeah.
They have given us permission to put a fence up. They haven't said we can't do it.
Okay.
The road,
Is it
the
a
road-
financial
No.
issue?
No, the county has said we can put a fence up over there.
Oh.
Right, it's, I guess,
Take it down.
so in my 2-part, because I am solution focused, I'm not just a bitch or a moaner, I wanna come up with a solution, not saying anyone else here. If the fence, if it's a barrier to get the correct fence, can we create something community-wide to pay for it? My second is, if that can't happen, is there any possibility of getting it back here in the village in this parking lot and get it contained? I know nobody liked it. I live across the street from it. I didn't mind it. I was picking up stuff in my yard.
This is closer to the lake than where you're at. It was
But if
getting in
it's
the,
contained,
well, we're not putting a fence on a brand new parking lot. This was getting in the lake for years and nobody ever complained about it, ever. Not that that was a good thing, but this
my
is,
kids
the
and I
lake
picked
is
up all
literally,
the stuff.
the lake is literally right there, as is a stream.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's sort of worse.
the answer was, we expected that the road commission would have had the site work done, probably by the end of May. That was the expectation last fall. Mother Nature didn't deal the right hand. So that's the long-term solution. So the question is, how much money do we want to spend on a temporary fence over there if we're gonna be moving it? And I think you can put a temporary fence up. You can put T-posts with some snow fencing that'll probably catch a great deal of it. But I don't think anybody wants to spend, tens of thousands of dollars on a chain link fence that's only gonna be there for 6 months and can't really be reused. So yeah, something should go up, but what's the right mix, right? So that's the question, but I think the long-term solution is the county road commission site, and I think that's the intention of the board is to get it over there.
Dan, go ahead.
Yeah, Dan Norbeck, I think it's time that we spend taxpayer dollars to develop the road commission site.
And I think that's fine. I'd like to see an agreement with the county that this township gets paid back if that becomes more of a central location. I mean, this is a county program, and the county
Agreed.
needs to have some skin in this game,
I agree, and
beyond
and
what.
they should pay us the $10,000 if we leave the gravel behind too.
Maybe, I mean, it costs us $7 to put the gravel out.
But it will take 2 or 3 years to negotiate that.
Wait, you got two different entities though, right, Dan?
Yeah, I think we should just spend the
No,
taxpayer
I
dollars to get
understand
it
that.
done.
Yes.
So, a temporary fence might do the job, but if it moves up to the road commission, the trash in the surrounding area will not go away unless that is also a fenced facility.
That will be
So,
done.
well, I'm saying, you have to have planned for.
We
a
already
fence
have,
there.
that's gonna have an 8-foot fence.
The nice part about the location at the road commission, it's in a bowl.
It's down low.
Yeah, so you have,
It
you
won't
have
be so windy.
about
and-
Well,
20-foot berm all the way around it. So
right
that will
at the
make
end
a
of the lake
huge,
right there, so it's just like a wind tunnel.
Yeah. We've also discussed moving the bins some so that the back side of the bins were facing the lake. So when the wind comes off the lake, it wouldn't be able to blow,
But it really doesn't matter. I thought it was all the dumping. I had no idea it was blowing out the containers during the day. I've been there many times. I've never seen anything blow out a container, but not saying, let's see.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So you're not gonna stop that. If we put a temporary fence, you still got 2 huge driveways, just so you know that the stuff is still
It'll help.
going. It'll help. It'll still blow through.
I
But
mean, one thing you have to keep in mind too, since the PCA trailer went away, the volume is almost double. And that's not just Onekama Township residents. It might be some Bear Lake Township residents that are bringing it there that are part of the program. But I guarantee you, it's a bunch of Manistee Township residents that don't pay a dime for this. It's being balanced, and that's a problem anywhere where you have a community next to a community that doesn't participate. So the real solution here is to come up with something that forces it to be countywide. I don't know if that's
And it's
possible.
part of 115, which will be enacted in about another, is in the process of being written right now for the Manistee County. And we're collaborating with Manistee, Wexford and Misaki counties. And in the next 2 to 3 years, that'll be a collaboration for the countywide program.
I think it would be really useful though, if anybody is willing, that after this meeting, we actually go as a group and go see the site. And see like, you know what I mean, like look at, I think we can come up with more ideas on solutions right away, even permanent or whatever. It's something that we can do immediately. We go and look at the site and like discuss it, like we're all pretty intelligent people, and I think if you guys are looking for more than just complaints, you're open to hearing ideas, let's go visit it.
I don't think the solution is leaving it there, obviously. So
Right.
we're trying to move it to get back to her point. The road commission, you can go petition them all you want. They've already offered to lease it to us for $1 for 99 years. You could find a better deal somewhere.
No, I just asking how the levers work, and I know
We
when,
went up and asked them back last year with the old board, if in fact they consider leasing it to us for an option of putting it in recycling. They agreed to it at a meeting. Then they went through a process where the road commission manager was replaced. And now I have a new road commission manager and partially new board. So we went back to reaffirm that, and I'm going to the next meeting, which is in 2 weeks from Wednesday, to make sure they're still on board with that, because I have a new head guy in charge and all that, but still the talk is still a 99-year lease for $1. So it's not
we
like they're,
appreciate that, I appreciate that. Just know we we support you in protecting recycling. Do not let it go away. Please.
Well,
And
then-
Dave, one thing is if the road commission, if they just can't spare the manpower to do
Right.
it, then you have to get a contractor. But if it's just, yeah, we can do it, but it might be a while, I think we offer to compensate them, say, look, we'll give you some money to do this, but we need it done, you know.
So I
need to
didn't
be
think,
a
I never thought they
priority.
were gonna do it for free anyways. I thought they'd charge us something.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe, because I know they're hurting for
They're hurting
money as
for
well.
money.
So maybe there's can be a win-win there, it can get done quicker.
I don't
And
know.
they
that.
did approve us for an 8 foot high fence out there. I think,
Yeah, they're fine with all that.
so that's, as soon as I can go, that would be a nice spot. It's a little out of the way, but nobody looks at it, nobody sees it.
No hard,
What is
no
the
houses
plan then
around.
for putting up that fence?
Fencing contractor that we.
Which fence?
they
which
put
one?
on- It's at the road commission, that was what we're
No, I
doing.
mean, or what is the temporary fencing possibility? You're agreeable to that? Is that a possible?
I need someone to help me drive posts in and help hang the fence. It's just 4 foot high fence, I think, is what you put up, 4 foot high, that green. I don't think you want orange snow fence over there, do you? I mean, okay, well, I'm just asking, they make it green and
So you
orange.
need volunteers
Be
to
kinda
help
nice.
make it occur. Matt, I volunteer to help make
Okay.
workforce volunteer.
Parks
So
and Rec, okay.
Myself as
I'll see what we can find.
Okay.
What about the part-time person you have? Do you have like a maintenance person or something that can help? No?
It's my understanding that this program is
I have
supposed
another
to come
meeting
with a
coming up.
monitor to take care of the site.
Yeah, there is.
And
a
I
site
have remained
monitor.
fairly silent in all of this discussion. But whoever started the rumor that the recycling center was going away was not only disingenuous, they're a flat out liar.
Yeah, and it's unhelpful.
Yeah, that's.
It is unhealthy.
Ginning everything up on social media posts
Yeah.
without having all of the facts. Not very bright, not very bright.
Well, it elicited a good turn.
There we go. Should mark
A
this
good
down
turnout
for
of
community
people
participation.
who are here under the wrong impression.
Yeah, but with constructive ideas, I think it.
So Dave, where do you get the green fence at? They saw the Gilroy?
I have no idea, probably,
The road commission have it?
what's it, the big store?
If you get Tractor Supply, you get
Where-
that, it's
Tractor Supply,
it's a 1 hour project to drive fence posts and put up a little something. Maybe 2 max if you have pizza. That's, yeah.
Is that good stuff, Brown, over there?
Consider me part of the crew.
Like 6.
I'll put it down with the tractor.
I gotta run to a next
Push it.
thing. We're not voting on
And then
it.
stand.
There is no vote on this at all.
All right.
I know.
Okay, bye,
All
man.
right.
Stairs.
Thank you, everybody.
Dave and my eldest grandchild is coming in afternoon to. Yeah.
Bring your mud boots if you're gonna come clean up, waiters
And,
even.
So you could help with one thing before you leave. If you see anybody putting trash in those things, please, without being confrontational, just go over and tell them they're not supposed to do that. But don't pull a gun out or don't do anything like that. But the other day, I filled half my pickup with styrofoam. It was jammed in there, and it's right on there, it says no styrofoam. Some people don't even know it. I have pointed out to a few people, they never read the stickers on the bins anyway.
They're quite faded, the stickers.
I've got new stickers coming.
But I'm just saying, and they generally did not know that the styrofoam was not recyclable, so
We don't even
I
have
thought
to do it,
styrofoam
we have
was
so
okay.
much of it.
not here.
We have to pay to have it.
You have to take it.
No, it says no
I
foam.
can take it. I will.
100% no foam.
Bark. I could bark. I'll take it.
Say,
There's a communication.
We say, we're like, what do we do? We can't recycle it.
Polystyrene.
Carla, can I ask a question? Has
Yeah.
styrofoam ever been recyclable here? Yeah. He says 6 months ago. it was.
They're talking, Jeff about having polystyrene.
But right
be
now,
recyclable. Peanuts are definitely not, they don't,
what about
they
foam?
don't, they don't get real upset if there is some, like the big
Chunks
chunks.
of styrofoam?
But
Oh, I didn't know.
peanuts, they would have a heart attack if they get peanuts, because it's a nightmare all through their system for recycling. But, they are, forgiving for polystyrene.
Okay, David?
The only polystyrene recycling that I know of in the last 6 years was done by the Conservation District on an event that we did at the high school parking lot on the coldest day of the year. And also the windiest day, which helped a lot. But we took away a container full of polystyrene.
Why didn't just burn them?
I don't know what, we contracted
In
to
the
have,
marsh?
In the
we
marsh.
contracted to have it all the way.
They've now got a machine for polystyrene that, well, I don't know if you know what a Gaylord is. It's a box that's like 3.5 foot tall by 3.5 by 3.5. And it takes 40 of those to make one block. And they're making, it's like a solid block, and they're trying to use those for foundations and building and stuff like that, to find a new home for the polystyrene rather than putting it in the landfills and stuff like that, because it takes something like 800 years for polystyrene to break down.
And that machine can be leased from Dark Container in Mason, Michigan. Okay.
It's really cool to see. It's almost like a big Lego that weighs about 500 pounds.
No, but they can be.
All right, go ahead.
I volunteer. If you place it on the township website, the date of temporary fencing, I will come with people.
Okay.
And we will all, as a community, we all have been trying our best. It is not working. We know that. We don't want to complain. We don't want to put anything more into the creek, into the lake, or into these new neighbors' homes. And we understand there's active things going. I'm glad to hear it was a rumor that it was going away. I'm really glad to hear that. Thank you so much. Thank you for squashing that. And I will continue to say something in the community if I hear something like that. But please put it on the website when you're doing the temporary, and we will come with manpower so you do not have to do it alone.
Okay. Thank you. Everybody else?
Good question.
Yes, sir.
Is there any local areas that have combined recycling and garbage pickup?
Bear Lake has trash once a week or once a month.
I don't know.
But do they recycle at the same time?
They have
No.
recycling bins.
There's
But
cool.
Manistee, City of Manistee just started, this year to have curbside in the city limits. They pick up recycling once a month.
It's twice a month.
Is it twice a month? And, then I think they do garbage on the opposite weeks.
Yeah, I think that's right.
And so Manistee is the only one in Manistee County doing that. It's too rural.
And I think, I don't know what they tell, how much is it for like recycling?
$6.60 per month for residential. The reason the city of Manistee does it is because it was mandated by the state because of the population characteristics, and it's dense enough. This, I think curbside recycling was bid in the township, or got an estimate, not bid, or got an estimate. It was totally cost prohibitive because the houses are too far apart. And that's another thing. I see that coming up time and time. Well, let's just get curbside recycling. Let's just get, it's unaffordable to do that. I mean, and if somebody wants to call and check with Republic Services or somebody who does recycling and call and see if that's even an option, it probably isn't. People would balk at the cost of
I
that.
think it's $11, so a time. I heard that, but I don't know if that's true. Recycling.
Not in the city.
No, if you try to do it here, 11 to 15.
Well, if that's the price now, it was a lot more than that when it was bid out before, so we looked at it. Yeah. I mean, but that's where that's probably headed, and I don't know what
And
this
that's part of,
consortium is gonna address that at all.
yeah, part of 115, because Manistee meets the qualifications, for size. If it didn't happen now, it would happen in the next 2 to 3 years. So they chose to jumpstart it. And because of MCC closing down the cardboard and everything. And just, so you know, the cardboard trailers are not part of the PA 69 recycling. That is part of seeds at the schools. The schools are responsible for those trailers. The kids in the schools are responsible
Well, they get the money.
for that. Yeah, they get the money and they're supposed to go and maintain them. And they.
Which I tried to get them, before we removed
Yeah.
it from the fairgrounds, the
Yeah.
Lions probably would have left it there if they would have got the money. They won't give them the money. It's only from the schools. So I tried that avenue, because the Lions would have probably agreed to leave it if they could take that money and get the money to use for their projects.
Yeah.
But not available.
And the school didn't want any part of it. They didn't want it on their property, they.
They don't want
But
to.
that was another temporary thing. The school moved it temporarily during construction to over here. And then when
They
you
didn't want
guys
it, but they wouldn't take it back.
yeah,
When you guys didn't want it, and then it got put on your front door.
you know, I mean, it has,
I've got one other question. It feels to me very inefficient for taxpayers to, if they have a complaint or an observation, to funnel it through us to get to you. Is there a place they can go directly to?
if they go
Manage the site.
online, to Manistee County Recycling Site, my phone number is there. Lots of people find it, trust me.
So we can put something out on our website to make that clear, because that's where that's where it's managed, and that's one less step you have to go through to get something addressed. Like, if the bins are full and you call Jennifer on a Saturday, Carla's gotta be the one to make that. We can't call GFL and tell them to switch the bins out. It doesn't work that way, so.
So mid-June, you'll be going to 3
Yeah.
pickups, beginning of mid-June, you'll have 3 pickups. Starting Monday, it'll be Monday and Thursdays, the pickups will be. Sometimes there may be a little bit of deviation. If there's, issues with a truck breaking down or something like that.
At
But
the site itself, could there be a phone number to call if there's any issues or it's full or anything along those lines? At the site itself, like if you go to a public restroom.
If full, please text.
Yeah, if there's any
And
issues or
full.
whatever, here's who to call.
when we get the permanent site, we will have a board up with all of that information again. But until we have a
They do
permanent
call
site
here.
and,
They call here. They call me, which goes from here to my cell phone, because I forward everything.
Then do you have to call her to have them to call them?
Yeah, I'll call basically Carla.
Carla, hi Carla.
Hi.
I'm Sherry, and I live nearby, and I'm always right in this little circle thing. I'd like to exchange phone numbers with you. Cause I'd be happy to text
Yeah.
you with a little picture, super folk, please help,
yeah,
and then you can take it from there. Would that be a good volunteer thing for me to do to help you? Sure. Okay,
that,
I can do that.
if it eliminates, Dave having to be a middleman,
That's too bad.
um,
Thank you
What?
for everything that you've been doing then.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry to hear that.
I'm had my full, so. I'm telling you, from hauling stuff to my dumpster for all these years, and people throw garbage in there, and people do stupid things you can't fix.
Yep, I've been pulling things out myself.
Carla, when was the last time you had a motor oil contamination?
That was been a while.
and I started in February of 22, and we have not had a
Yeah.
single motor oil. Prior to me taking over, there was one summer that, there was a significant amount and it cost thousands and thousands of dollars cause then they would have to remove the bin, they'd have to steam clean it and everything else. To me, looking at some of the old records, it seemed intentional, so.
So, I mean, what this group can do besides, offering to put up the fence or whatever is, okay, you've heard it firsthand, right?
Yep.
It's gonna be out on TV, public TV too, but you can educate your friends and neighbors about, what to do, what not to do, just to help get the word out and get accurate information. Because that's the best thing, if you hear it from your neighbor or your friend, rather than, trying to find it somewhere on the internet or whatever. It's
A
gonna
bag
be
of
a
your
lot more
household trash is not recyclable in these containers.
Right.
I mean, it just isn't, but apparently that's, some people will look at that.
Neither are fish guts.
Neither.
Right,
fish
no
guts.
fish guts, exactly.
Yeah.
And years ago, Well, maybe before your time, the trailers of cardboard, they had 2 or 3 motors. Someone put an engine block in a trailer. When they dumped it, it went through the grinder and destroyed it.
So there's.
So there's all kinds, huh?
Someone left a dead animal in there.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Anybody else?
I just want to tell you guys, you know, other townships have switches. We had Cleon Township had the, massage table that, yeah. It would be on the site, and then the next day would be gone and be in the park. And then they'd come back to the recycling site, and it was moving. One summer, it moved all over Leon Township.
Did anyone ever get a massage? No interest.
It was
No one called you then.
You know.
Nobody called for that, eh? Surprised. Shocked.
It was just, you know, people were sending me pictures of this massage table all over the place, and I'm like, I don't get it, you know, I'm kind of like, and I'm like,
It's like, where's Waldo or something?
yeah, it's like, where's the it table? And it kept getting back to the recycling bin, at least like.
Okay.
Carla, approximately what percentage of your total tonnage is Onekama?
Right.
Especially now that we've gotten rid of the PCA trailer.
Right now, you guys are about,
Pardon?
The fencing or?
That's what I'm figuring.
40,
They take about
40.
8 of those towns.
Oh, 40%?
Yeah.
$40 a piece.
it's like everybody is up, and if anybody ever wants information, I will come on through this or whatever.
All right, I'm adjourned to meeting. Thank you, everybody.
No, 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 no.